Hi guys, welcome to another episode of Living Life a Life View. I am your host, Dr. Veronica Garcia, and today I am joined by an amazing human and very special to my heart, Dr. Lisa Rubin. Hi, welcome.
Hey, thank you so much for having me here.
I'm so excited to have you. I'm so excited for the world to know Dr. Lisa Rubin. So talk to me. How long have you been at the university?
So I've been at Life for 23 years.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's been an amazing journey through so many different twists and turns, but it's been a fabulous one for sure.
And you are a professor in the chiropractic program, yet you're not a chiropractor.
Correct.
Okay, let's talk about your background a little bit.
Sure. So my background is I have a PhD in clinical psychology and totally went the clinical route. And really actually teaching at Life was such a incredible, unique opportunity because they were basically in need of someone with a PhD to be able to teach their psychology class when my husband came on board to teach the pediatric classes in chiropractic. So when that started, they also came about and said, hey, would you mind start doing some of the counseling piece? And from there, it just kind of grew into a full-time, long-term opportunity to build so many different levels from counseling, academic support, disability services, to student ambassadors, which you have been a part of yourself, to just so many different wonderful, unique things, including teaching. So yeah, it's been fun.
It's been 23 years of just absolute growth.
Yeah, growth and change. And so for me, Life's kind of a home where my husband and I dated when he was in chiropractic school. So we come back here and this is kind of very nostalgic for us. So we get to, meet on dates at work. So it's really kind of a fun experience and has a lot of memories and beautiful experiences along the way with meeting such incredible, beautiful people. So
I love that. And I love you guys' story, and it's very beautiful, very encouraging. And the relationship that you have is really beautiful. And honestly, the impact that you have had, and I keep saying this, but I am so grateful to have met you through student ambassadors, but also the relationship that we had, that I had the opportunity to build with you. Thank you for being open for that from a student mentor perspective and colleagues and everything in between now. I really appreciate you.
Oh, thank you.
How long have you been a student ambassador's advisor?
I want to say it was approximately 2010-ish, I think it was, that Dr. Riekman approached and said, hey, would love for us to come on board to help out with student ambassadors and see where we took it. And so it's just been a incredible ride because the ambassadors have been such a large part of my life, because I love that not only are they leaders in many ways to lead on our campus, but they have that special something, that indescribable leadership component that just vibrates from them. And so I love watching them as they grow in their different experiences. I was just saying we're at a seminar this weekend, bumping into ambassadors through graduation, through different opportunities. And really whatever we do, whether it's ambassadors or other experiences, students, what can we do to help teach them soft skills and hard skills that they can take out into the universe and just be more incredible people that they already are. So
that's amazing.
Yeah.
It truly, like the Student Ambassadors Organization, I always say in this podcast, I'm obsessed with this organization. But I'm obsessed because of the impact that it had on my friends and it had on myself and it had on my relationships, my ability to just lead my current practice and lead around the community. And then coming back as a professor, it's a whole different experience. And I'm like, I can see who you are without even knowing that you're on the roster.
For sure. Yeah. And I think it's about learning how to pivot, right? It's learning about how to utilize those skills of how to say things, when to say things, but also when not to say things. And those are huge skills, right? In today's day in society, whether you're in healthcare or whether you're in another field, to kind of allow that to explore. So
absolutely. You mentioned, so let's go back to clinical psychology.
For sure.
What brought you to clinical psychology? Why?
Oh, yeah. So I've always had a fascination in healthcare, in helping and serving people.
Yeah.
And one of the things that really stood out was that listening and hearing people was something that was missing from the journey of healthcare. And so the more I learned about it, the more I realized it wasn't about the sickness of people. It was really about the wellness of people. And it was really about how do we empower and uplift humans to remove the label that someone else has given them to find the gift that's underneath. And so to me, that was really what kind of got me fascinated. I love the way the brain works. I love the way people's emotions and cognitions kind of unfold. But I think there is something in the talking opportunity that allows people to release things to totally change their life and to let them see what a gift can be, no matter how difficult the struggle might be in their lives.
Absolutely. And I think that it's such a huge piece even within chiropractic. So bringing it back, because a lot of the times I have these conversations with other healthcare providers and they're like, how many classes like did you take in all these other things? Right. And I start naming things out and like, wait, you took this, you took that, you took whatever other thing. What you right now teach two of the psychology classes that we have in the curriculum. How is that synchronicity and why is it really important? How does it relate to chiropractic?
Sure. I mean, for me, my goal is to be able to help students who are training as chiropractors to understand the allopathic model foundation that their patients have gone through, so that when they come from this open-minded, holistic space, that they realize there's been a journey before they've gotten into their office. And so it helps to have the foundational knowledge. It helps to understand an emotional and cognitive experience that people have. And then I think that comes so naturally to chiropractic and the philosophy, especially at Life, is that we're so aware that people have this growth experience. But I do think they need to know what can they understand from their previous journey. And to me, I try to help them understand what are the two worlds of maybe an allopathic versus a more vitalistic, holistic health experience. And how do you bring those together? Right. How do you help that patient truly be where they're ready and where they're at?
I love that. I didn't think of it that way. And now I'm like, oh, wait, yeah, absolutely. That makes total sense because everybody comes with a story. For sure. Everybody comes with experiences. And it is that spark that starts usually when you answer the phone. It doesn't start it starts with the Googling of Absolutely. This practice. How that really truly changes and experiences and changes the experiences and evolves that patient connection to that patient base. You've been at Life for quite some time.
For sure.
Life University celebrating their 50th anniversary, which is really beautiful and exciting to see. What are some of those, I guess, evolutions that you've experienced at Life University, and where do you see it becoming and serving?
Sure. So I think the strongest draw that I found was that there's a family here and a community here that even though it was 23 years ago and things were very different and just so many life experiences were different, but as we continue to grow, that is still the strong point for me, is that no matter how many years we go through this, I think that if we can hold on to the community and the family that grows here and nurtures here, that will be our win and that will be our successes and continue to help people and serve people. But I think that there's also a lot of changes going on and we have to learn how to change and adapt as best we can. And some of us, struggle with change. That is an emotional impact. So I think it's about creating change, but allowing people to change with it, and help them in that journey. And sometimes we're going to need a little bit of handholding for the students coming in, for how society is changing. So I see many great opportunities that can unfold. And so I'm just kind of excited to see where it happens and hope to be a part of that experience for sure.
Yeah. And you've been an essential piece for a long time. And recently, the university, I think that they've done such a beautiful job at checking in with students and like helping them adapt. And like you said, change can be a stressful thing for some people.
Yeah, for sure.
and it's okay.
Yeah.
What are some of those programs that are right now in place that allow the university with its evolution to truly connect with the students and give them a hand of help?
Sure. Well, I think actually coming from overseeing counseling and academic support and disability services and transitioning into what's called care case manager, building that concept that is really about Life U Cares, that we're here to care for our students, to allow them to be in a community and to not just say, here's a referral, but here, we're going to help you get to that referral and we're going to help you create those communities. We have a lot of, I think, great and beautiful resources that are available, from counseling to a phone opportunity 24/7 that we offer our students to get connected to counseling, from our academic learning experiences to just intramurals, clubs, orgs. Like there's so much there that are great, but sometimes students aren't able to activate. And so I think that to me is not so much what is the service, but how do we get them to that service so they feel safe and they feel connected and they feel part of a community and they feel part of the wanting in that journey.
Yeah. I love seeing the evolution. I love that I've been here for a long time as well.
Yeah.
But to see it just evolving into this beautiful platform that when you're insecure or unsure whether you want to follow through with this referral, someone is there to guide you and to help you and to support you during that time. It speaks volumes. And I think it speaks volumes too for myself as a younger student, but also for the generations that I'm seeing now. I'm like, it's okay. We can be here to support you. So thank you for leading that program, and thank you for just being an essential piece of that, because I think it truly sets apart the university in a beautiful way, in an absolutely beautiful way.
Yeah. And I think that's actually honoring life to offer those types of experiences that say, okay, we heard you. This is something that we feel like students are asking for, or maybe don't even realize the need. And so I think that they're very open to allowing those experiences, which to me acknowledges what we stand for. So I think, kudos to the university to say that that's something that they're willing to do.
Absolutely. Thank you. Thank you so much for your time. Thank you so much for leading these beautiful programs. Thank you so much for teaching and for just connecting the students in undergraduate, but also chiropractic, but master's, but everything in between, and just being a beautiful resource to them.
Well, thank you. My pleasure. Thanks for having me.
For your support, and thank you for your mentorship.
Always.
I love you so much.
I'm back at you.
And we'll see you guys on the next episode of Living Life. I Life You. Have a beautiful rest of your day. Bye-bye.